In the dark reaches beyond Pluto, there lies a distant, hidden planet, Nibiru, a colossal world, home to the Anunnaki, a race of beings so ancient and advanced they were revered as gods. But even the divine are not immune to suffering. Nibiru's skies were failing. A massive rift in the ozone layer was growing, poisoning the air and turning fertile lands to dust. In desperation, the Anunnaki discovered that gold dust, when suspended in their atmosphere, could heal the breach and restore balance. But Nibiru was poor in minerals, and gold was vanishingly rare. As famine swept across the cities, civil unrest ignited. The noble Alalu, a royal by blood but estranged from his lineage, seized the moment. He assassinated the king and claimed the throne, but he was challenged by Prince Anu, the rightful heir. In a brutal public duel, Anu emerged victorious. Alalu was sentenced, but fled Nibiru in a stolen ship, vanishing into the void. Then came a whisper of redemption. From the silence of exile, Alalu sent a message. He had discovered a distant blue planet, rich in life and in gold. That planet was Earth. The Anunnaki called it Ki, verdant, water-laden, teeming with animals and plants, and buried deep within its crust, an abundance of the precious metal that could save their world. Anu pardoned Alalu. A mission was launched. They built their first earthly city in the land we now call Mesopotamia. It was named Eridu, and its governor was Anu's eldest son, Enki. The Anunnaki labored tirelessly. Gold was mined and shipped to Nibiru, and slowly the planet was restored. But the process was brutal. To hasten the work, the Anunnaki enslaved an alien race known as the Igigi, once conquered in battle. For centuries, the Igigi toiled in darkness beneath the earth, until they rebelled. The rebellion was swift and fierce. Mines collapsed, cities were ravaged, but the Igigi were no match for the divine might of the Anunnaki. The revolt was crushed. Still, the gods saw the warning. Enslaving sentient beings only bred war. A new solution was needed, and so, mankind was born. The Anunnaki sought to create a new race, a laborer species, weaker than the Igigi, but intelligent. Their first attempts failed, producing monsters, cyclopes, gorgons, and grotesque giants. But then Enki tried a new path. They took a male primate, altered its DNA, and implanted it into the womb of an Anunnaki woman. The result was not a beast, but a boy. His skin was bronze, his form smaller than theirs, but he bore the spark of their intelligence. They named him Adamu, the first human. A second followed, a woman named Hiva. Together they were the seed of a new race. Humanity began to flourish in Eridu. They learned to build, to plant, to mine. As a reward, they were granted access to the Eden, a sacred garden made by the gods. But soon, the boundary between man and God began to blur. The beauty of human women drew the gaze of the Anunnaki, though such unions were forbidden. Even Enki could not resist. He loved a human woman, and from that union was born Adapa, half god, half man. He was wise, powerful, and long-lived, though still mortal. Adapa married and bore children. A new lineage began, smarter, stronger, yet deeply flawed. They inherited the Anunnaki's lust for gold and thirst for power. From this line came Cain and Abel, close servants of the gods, but jealousy took root. In the fields one day, Cain struck Abel down, the first murder in human history. The Anunnaki were stunned. As punishment, Cain was marked and exiled. He would wander the earth, forever restless, forever cursed. Humanity multiplied. But with numbers came chaos. The once glorious city of Eridu could no longer sustain the swelling population. Food dwindled. The sacred Garden of Eden grew crowded and strained. And so, the Anunnaki cast mankind out. No longer would humans walk in the cities of the gods. They were driven into the wild, into the forests, into the dust. There, alone. They began the long journey toward what we now call civilization. But in the veins of every human still flows the spark of the Anunnaki, creators, enslavers, gods, and rebels. And the Eden they once knew is now but a memory.